Are you a fan of Micarta, but you just don't have, a lot of money to spend? Man, are you in the right place, because stick around. I'm going to show you my top 5 list of favorite budget Micarta knives. So for those of you that don't know, really quick, what is Micarta? All it is a composite of different fabrics. The most common ones are going to be like linen and paper. Resins are then used and cured under high pressure and high temperature, and then it produces this kind of like layered look to it. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Jay. Consider clicking on that subscribe if you're looking for knife reviews to get right to the point. I'll be sure to go ahead and I'll put links for every knife that I show you here today down in the description below, just in case you see something you like and you want to pick it up for yourself. All right, let's get started with number 5. This is the Civivi Hooligan. All right, so what do I like about the Hooligan? Well, I'm going to start with the blade, because this drop point shape is really, it's good looking, and it does have some kind of like unique qualities to it. You don't see a blade shape like this every day. Wicked good slicer because of that hollow grind. I mean, this blade just tears through anything and everything. Very lightweight also. Civivi went ahead and skeletonized both of the liners, so you're only looking at about 3 1/4 ounces in weight. That's impressive. The pocket clip, it is just that standard Civivi deep carry clip, but they did give us some lefty love. Thank you for that. Couple things I don't like about the Hooligan here. I'm going to start with the action, because this blade is riding on, you probably can't see that, but it is in fact bronze washers instead of a ball bearing pivot, which is fine, but it's really affected the action here. This is never going to be like one of those knives that drop shut. It had a very large like sharpening choil, but I went ahead and took my Dremel and just widened it, so now I can use it as a forward choil. So just know though that if you buy this stock, you're not going to be able to use it as a choil unless you modify it yourself. I had some trouble with the disassembly, because if you notice here on the show side, okay, whenever I would turn this pivot, the show side would spin with it, and it just made it very difficult. I mean, obviously I was able to eventually get it apart and back together, but just know that you could experience some trouble there. Coming in at number 4 from Statgear, I have the Ausus. What do I like about this? Well, there's a couple things. I'm going to start out with the Micarta scales, because the traction is actually, it's pretty good. The blade shape, it's just a like a standard classic traditional drop point, which is a favorite of mine. The action, fantastic. Watch this. It's just incredible action, and that's because, oh man, it was doing that right out of the box. That's because there is a ball bearing pivot on the inside that this blade is riding on. Now notice when it's all closed up here, you see, I really like how this just kind of folds up into a nice, neat, like compact carry size. Big thumb studs. Look at those babies. So, they're easy to get at if you got like a gloved, if you have gloves on. The pocket clip, while I do like its design, I mean, it's a little bit larger than what I normally care for. It takes up a little more than half of the handle, but I do appreciate its very simple design, and yes, it is switchable to the other side for the lefties. Thank you for that. Now, the first generation version of the Ausus, the liners were not skeletonized, so the weight, it was pretty heavy. But it looks like they went ahead and fixed all that, because yeah, there is some milling going on inside. Just a couple minor things that I don't like here. The first one being, well, that there's really nothing going on in the looks department as far as that. I mean, it's kind of bland, and I know that that's by design. But if you look up the word like knife in the dictionary, I'm pretty sure that there will be a picture of this knife next to that definition. The handle. Well, I mean, there's not really a lot of curves going on here, and this handle kind of feels like you're really just holding like a block of wood with like a blade attached to the end of it. Number 3, I got the QSP Penguin. And I gotta say it, that I am so glad that Alex and his dad, Eric, they sent me this knife, because if they didn't, I may have never like tried this out for myself. So again, guys, thank you so much for showing me this fantastic knife, because I absolutely love this blade. Look at that blade shape. And this is going to be like, when it comes time to sharpen, look at that. This is going to be like a snap to sharpen this thing. But I just love this blade. Now, even though it is riding on bronze washers, okay, on the inside, the action is really good. It's not like, well, it's close to a drop shut good. Not that it has to drop shut, but you know, it just adds another level of enjoyment to the knife. But even on the bronze washers, the action is very, very good. The pocket clip, we get a really nice deep carry. I mean, like a true, look at that. That's a true deep carry clip. And yes, they did go ahead and show us lefties some love. Thank you. Now, one thing that I was surprised to see here was that the liners are not at all, skeletonized. But they were still able to keep this weight down to about 3.2 ounces or 91 grams. I have just a couple, minor complaints with this knife. I mean, the first one being that, yes, okay, this is micarta, obviously. It is really, really smooth. So, yeah, traction isn't the best. It almost doesn't feel like micarta, but I know that it is, but it's just kind of slick there. Now this blade, it is a little bit over 3 inches, so like 3.1. So this could be too big, like depending on where you live. Coming in at number 2, I got the Civivi Elementum. Okay, out of all the Elementums that I have ever tried, and I've had my hands on quite a few, I think that this one has the best action out of, I tried the G10, I've tried the copper, and of course the micarta one. The action on this is just so, man, it is so good. I mean, look at that. It is almost, it's darn near drop shut. I mean, it's breaking in really nicely, and I think, it's going to be dropping shut on its own, yeah, pretty darn soon. I mean, it should be. I mean, it's a ball bearing pivot. Now, before I show you number 1, I just have to do like one honorable mention, and it is the Civivi Rustic Gent. Now, I put it as an honorable mention just because of the price here. I mean, you're looking at $75, which I guess it depends on your own income and, what you're comfortable with. But I just it just didn't feel right considering this as a budget at $75. That's a lot. And you know what? I'm going to sneak one more honorable mention in there. This is from Buck, and it is this is the large Selkirk folder. I gotta be honest with you, for the longest time, I did not realize that that was actually micarta, but it is. It's really, I mean, you want to talk about a laminate, this thing has very little traction, and it just doesn't feel like micarta, but now that I look at it, it does look like it. All right, you ready to see it? So my number one favorite budget micarta knife, the CJRB Feldspar. Now you're probably thinking, whoa, 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 Jay. The Feldspar is not micarta, it's G10. Well, they did have, I don't know if it's going to be a sprint run or what the deal is, but at Blade HQ you can get the Feldspar. I believe they're sold out now. But with this green micarta. And oh my gosh, I love it so much more than the G10. It's actually lighter, because the G10, they did not skeletonize the liners. They did do it with the micarta one. So it went from 4.2 ounces, 118 grams, down to 3.7 ounces, 104 grams. I gotta tell you though, this version of the Feldspar this is a dream come true. Oh, do you want to see the knife that it actually kicked out of my pocket? I mean, yeah, that's an XM18. I took this out of my pocket in favor of this. Am I crazy? Yeah, probably. Okay, now you know what time it is. I've shown you mine. Let's see yours. It doesn't have to be budget knives. Just go ahead and list out what are some of your favorite knives with micarta scales. Go ahead and put them down in the comment section, because it's fun to read them and just see what knives everybody comes up with. All right, so that's it. If you enjoyed this video, you got any value from it, do me a favor and let me know by leaving one of these. And don't forget to click on subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next video. Take care. See you guys. Bye. Who did I fool? No one? Okay, yeah. I'm going to give away some knives. So let's do I was going to do the 4th, but that would be stupid. Let's do July 5th. Okay, so Sunday, July 5th, I will pick 2 names, 2 winners. Subscribers only, please. The first name that I pick will get to win their choice of, you know, since I got the micarta Feldspar, I don't need the G10 one anymore, do I? So let's give them away. The first name that I pick, you will get your choice. You can have either the mini one or the jumbo. So, and then obviously the second name that I pick will get whatever's left over. So we're going to do that on July 5th. We do have a code word because it was a lot of fun with the last one. What do we do? It was drop. And man, was it a good time just to like sit there and read. There are some friggin' creative people out there, and I enjoyed reading everybody's comments about how they incorporated, you know, in the wordplay with, you know, drop. And so I want to do that again. I want to keep doing that. Let's do, this time the code word is going to be jumbo.